Right, hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. If you're new to the channel, a big warm welcome. My name is Tristan and this is Captain's Vlog. Season is over. It was only a 3-month season. The mighty AWOL were back in the shed. If you're new to the channel and you're wondering why we keep a super yacht in the shed over the winter and not in the water or go to the Caribbean for the winter season, one is because the owner doesn't want to go to the Caribbean, wants to keep the boat only here in the Med. And the reason we take it out of the water every year in the winter is a number of reasons really. One, you don't get the weathering or the UV damage on the paint. We had the boat completely resprayed, not last winter, the winter before, so a year and a half ago. So it prolongs the life of the paint. When the vessel's out of the water, we can work underneath the waterline. So whether it be through-hole fitting, shafts, rudders, bow thrusters, whatever it might be, we can work on it. And we can work also on the top sides of the hull, whether it be ceramic coating, polishing, just everyday maintenance. Another reason is normally when the vessel's in the water as a commercial yacht under insurance policy, there always needs to be one person on board 24/7. Having the vessel in the shed, all crew get to have their weekends off and therefore less time on board in the off season. And finally, another benefit is now every winter the storms here in the Med are getting worse and worse. I'm sure you've seen videos online on YouTube or Facebook, like places like Monaco, the Monaco Yacht Club in the winter got smashed. I think it was last winter, the winter before. Here, we do know when the storms do come in, the vessel is safe and secure, more importantly. And then also, once we've washed the boat, it stays clean. So, what's happening now? Today, Harry, the chase boat captain, Chad deckhand, and Chef James have finished for the season. Their contract ended the end of October. Jason, the first mate, he's on a course in Antibes. Michaela, second Stu, she's on a holiday time. Slav engineer's on holidays. At the moment, it's just myself, the captain, and Jiv, the engineer. Jiv, the chief stew, on board. So what we've been up to since we've been scaffolding works, guys. Since we've been here, so keeping busy. So we had our pre-yard period list put together. We send it off to the shipyard and to all the contractors. And then what we've been doing is a standard maintenance, cleaning, polishing, just fixing a few bits and bobs. Give you an example here, you can see we've taken all the fender covers off. The fenders have been cleaned. And then for next season, we'll have brand new fender covers. So we got these ones here, and then also here on the port side, you can see the umbrella poles will come out. They've all been cleaned. Just need to do the polish on the stainless steel. Here you can see it's all being cleaned and polished on the paintwork here. We still have a bit more to do down here. Now what I've been doing, you can see I've been masking up here in this locker here, been painting. So I've done 2 coats of white paint in there. The paint that we use is basically bilge paint, otherwise known as Dambeline. So done this side, but still need to do the port side. You can see it's all masked up. I've cleaned it. This is a bit of, you can see it's a little bit wet in there still, so I need to wait for it to be 100% dry before I start painting. And then you can see we've been polishing and cleaning all the anchor stations. And then in here at the moment, don't know why that's come down, you can see, let me turn the lights on. What I'm doing is I've got the heater on down there. You can see I'm just drying out this chain locker. Because once it's dried out, we're going to clean it and then sand it back and then repaint the whole thing so it's fresh for the 2021 season. So let me just put that back there. Close that. And up here you can see basically put some plastic down. So this is we use as a work table. Underneath the plastic is the cover, so we're minimizing the risk of any kind of paint spillage. And then you can see the other lockers have all been cleaned and left the hatches open so they dry completely, so we don't get any mold or mildew, all that horrible stuff that we don't want. I've got all the lines out here. We're going to stow those today or later probably later this week. and we've basically had them all rinsed with fresh water, left them in a bucket of fresh water. Go ahead, Jev.
Luca wants to talk about the lights on the Sundeck. I'm not really sure what the problem is. Do you mind coming here?
Copy, on my way. And just like magic, guys, we are now on the Sundeck. So what's happening up here, you can see we've got some of the sun top roof panels down. The reason we have them down is because the lighting has started to fail. These squares here are actual LED lights, so a few of them need replacing. So we've got one here, one over there, and we have two under there that also will need replacing. So you can also see, guys, that it's quite dirty here. The reason being is because we've just taken our life rafts off for their annual service. So we have two on starboard side, two on port side, and they get serviced every single year. So what we're going to do now, we're going to get this all cleaned up later today, polish all the stainless, and make sure everything is in order. One of the other things we have to take in consideration is the expiry date of what is called a hydrostatic release unit. Now that is this. If you don't know what a hydrostatic release unit is, so basically inside here there's a blade. When this goes under the water, I think it's 2 or 3 meters, the blade gets activated, cuts the rope, therefore releasing the life raft and being deployed automatically. So that's really cool. So we can see here that the expiry date is May 2021. So we'll actually have these replaced before May. We'll have them probably replaced in March, April when we go back into the water. Fingers crossed we get back in the water in March, April. Anyway, make our ways round. You can see what we've done. We've removed all the cushions. So all the cushions at the moment are getting professionally cleaned. And we're having, and by cushions I mean the sunbeds, and all the scatter cushions are getting replaced entirely. So brand new for the 2021 season. So it'll look all nice, new and fresh. You can see we cleaned out all the lockers. So it's all getting now just airing all out. So it all dries. Same with the jacuzzi locker. And as you know, I'm continuously trying to improve Motor Yacht AWOL, better than it came out of the San Lorenzo shipyard. So what we're doing, as we have to remove the radar mast every year, it's hardwired. So it takes the guys quite a lot of time to remove all the wiring and then put it back and take it off and put it back every single year. So I spoke to our main electrician from a company called Navel. They've been working with us since we bought the boat. Great guys, great company. And so is there an easier system that we can do? So basically a plug and play. And absolutely. So what we're going to do, we're going to use, well, it's an old one, but plugs like this. So essentially, all the wiring that goes to the radar mast, so for, you know, for the radars, the antennas, the GPSs, etc., is literally, we're going to have them all coming to a couple of these types of sockets. And then behind here, where all the electric cables are, it'll be literally put the radar mast on and then plug in 4 or 5 different sockets and away we go, instead of doing all the hard wiring. So improving the boat, making it a lot more functional and easier, because we come out the water every winter, and then for, you know, if AWOL was itself, for future owners or crew, it's a lot easier to remove the radar mast if they need to. The other thing we're doing, as I mentioned earlier, is, I didn't mention earlier, I mentioned in a previous video, is that we're replacing the bimini tops here. So I've designed a whole new different type of bimini top with the supplier, because our bimini top is quite long and it starts to sag. So what I've done is I've designed, actually inspired by Lizzie, the Lazara, is they put like ribbing in, fiberglass ribbing and fiberglass matting to make it super strong. Because ours, when they've got about 40, 50 knots of wind, which happens every summer, it starts to tear and it starts to rip if you don't take it down in time. With this new one, you won't have to take it down. With Lizzie's, it's the same bimini from 12 years ago and it's still in great condition. So I've used that as inspiration, and we designed a new one for the Sundeck and for the bridge deck. So what we're going to go now is down to the bridge deck. And just like that, guys, magic on the bridge deck. So what we've been doing here, this is all the gas bottles for the barbecue. We've been cleaning out the lockers in here, as you can see, and those are all painted. And the barbecue has been all polished, as you can see, looking nice and shiny and all polished up. This I did myself. It got really scratched over the summer from all the plant pots. I'll put a photo so you can see what the before Yeah, that's how bad it was. And now look at, it's a bit dirty now. Let's give it a bit of a wipe so you can see. And that's the after. Ah, not bad for a captain, eh? Very simple. So what I did a wet sand at 500 grit, and then 1,000 grit, then a 1,500 grit. And then I did a cutting compound polished, followed by a finishing polish. So some additional work, as I mentioned, on the Sundeck, we're gonna do the bimini, and here we have another bimini that goes to these stainless steel stanchions here. And the difference here, what we're gonna do, these stanchions actually come off completely. And as you can see, the weld here, can you see that there? The weld has come off. So we don't do any welding on board. Our insurance company won't let us. So these will come off completely. They'll take them to the workshop and then have it all re-welded. And probably they weren't actually done very well in the first place. That's probably the worst welding job I've ever seen. That's terrible. Anyway, the rest of it's beautiful, but it wouldn't have been the same guy that welded that. There's no way that made these things. So that's that. That's what's happening here on the bridge deck. And then you can see we leave this open because it's a fridge. So it's all off and we've dried it all out. So we don't want it getting all smelly when it's not being used. So guys, we're gonna go to the bridge now and show you the work that's being done. So let's get straight to it. And another bit of magic, and we're back on the bridge. The first thing you're gonna notice is the captain's chair is gone. We'll get to that in a moment, but some changes we're making and some more improvements. This screen and this screen belongs to our ECDIS. If you don't know what ECDIS is, it's an electronic chart display information system. They were installed when we got the boat in 2017, so they're only 3 years old. They're still running well. However, these three here are still the original screens from 2009. So they're all 11 years old and they still have the VGA connectors. And so we're going to replace them, update them with the HDMI outlets and change what's called the video matrix. That's going to be on a future video when a technician is on board. Now, also, as I can see, the captain's chair is off. So that's how they build it. That's how it looks under the chair. They just leave a bit of wood missing. It's not even lined up. You guys make your own judgment about that. No comment. Anyway, so what is the plan here? So here, normally we have like a carpet down. This protected carpet, we have black carpet, because this is Corian here, and Corian scratches so easily. So I could do what I did with the barbecue side table there, is wet sand and polishing it, but Corian scratches so easy, so after like a week, it'll be all scratched up again. So what we're going to do, under my desk, we've got the tile flooring here, which we installed about 2 years ago. And so the idea is to have the same tile flooring in the same position as the Corian, because it's hard wearing, it's not going to scratch, and easy to keep clean. So that's the plan with that. So now we're going to the bridge salon and talk about what's happening with the captain's chair. And just like that, this is getting really bad, isn't it? Yeah, sorry guys. We're in the bridge salon, and if you're new to the channel, you may recognize this char. You recognize this char? You may recognize this chair. It's a Ferrari Daytona chair. And you're probably thinking, well, why does the captain have a Ferrari Daytona chair in the bridge? Now, I can answer that because the first owner of this yacht, the man who commissioned it, was Mr. Piero Ferrari, who is the son of Enzo Ferrari, hence the Ferrari Daytona chair. So the reason we've taken it off, obviously we use it a lot. It's got lots of wear and tear. Unfortunately, we've got a little rip tear here, and it's starting to wear along here as well. So we've got a professional Italian leather restorer. So we're not replacing it. We just want to restore it. That's going to come, take the chair away and do, he's like an artist really. So fingers crossed he doesn't mess the thing up. And while we're here, you can notice it doesn't look much like a luxury super yacht, does it? Like all the artwork gets taken down every winter and stowed away safely. The sofas have been taken off the boat of the bridge salon and the main salon because they're getting reupholstered. These are all the exterior inners of the cushions. They've all been professionally cleaned. As I mentioned earlier, we're getting all brand new scatter cushion covers, so there'll be a new look for the 2021 season. So it won't be the same again, it'll be all fresh and new. That's being designed by Jiv, the chief stew, because she actually has a interior design background, so she's excited for this kind of project, so it'd be nice for her. What else is going on? Yeah, that's the update for now. Otherwise this video will go on forever. So hope you enjoyed it. Back to the yard. Got a nice, kind of like a nice view out there, nice sunny day. That's a brand new Coda Casa. Let me go show you guys. That's just got launched actually last week. So the boat furthest to the left is a brand new Coda Casa. Right guys, so we're going to conclude the video there. Really hope you enjoy the video. If you haven't done already, you might want to follow us on Instagram. I try and post Insta stories about what's happening with the engineers and the technicians and the crew. So go and check us out at Super Yacht Captain 1 on Instagram and Super Yacht Captain also on Facebook. Guys, if you hadn't done already, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel and click that like button. If you do subscribe, you might want to hit the bell notification as well so you don't miss any future videos. Really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you all next time. See you and ciao.